I was not allowed to start this video without feeding Billy first. He was not having any of it, so that's what we're doing. Billy's just having some food. There he is. So today what's going on is we're waiting for the farrier to come to sort Billy's feet out again, and there's been a whole palaver. Why do I never get my forehead in the frame? There's been a whole palaver with just all the professionals that have been involved in Billy's case. For one reason or another, none of them are around anymore. I've killed them all. No. So the farrier that's been dealing with it, who I very highly rate, he was very, very good. He's had some horrible personal stuff going on, and he's unlikely to be able to see Billy, maybe not ever again, but like for the immediate future. So the farrier's out of the picture. My barefoot trimmer, he's moving yards, so he's been unable to like come out for the last week. And the vet that's been leading the whole shenanigans, she's in Disney World at the moment. So it's all just been a bit stressful because Billy's recovery has been going so well. Everyone's been really pleased with it. I think in my last video we were at the stage where he was having his special shoe fitted, and that was supposed to stay on for, I don't know if it was 3 or 4 weeks, and then we were going to move to normal shoes based on how it was going. Anyway, so a week ago Billy pulled the special shoe off, so it had only been on for 3 weeks. Called the farrier, he couldn't come out. Called my barefoot guy, he couldn't come out. And I was like, I just don't know what to do. Tried to call my vet to see what she would think. Got an international dial tone. I was like, ah, yes, she did say she was going away. I don't want to interrupt her holiday. Like, it's not life or death. I'm sure we can manage it. So I spoke to the vet practice, got them to recommend another farrier. So I spoke to him, and he said he thought he'd be fine for a few days without anything on, but it did need a shoe on ASAP. So he's coming out this morning to put some sort of shoe on. Whether it will be the modified special shoe, I doubt it, because it does all feel like it's hardened off. So I doubt it, but maybe. Can you hear me over the sound of Billy absolutely wolfing down his breakfast? Having a new person come into it at such a late stage is obviously not ideal, and I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I'm just going to make sure to give him as much background on Billy as possible. And then once my vet's back from holiday, I think she's flying back today actually, but I'll ask her to come out next week and just review it separately and just see if she thinks that we've done the right thing and go from there, because it's just not ideal timing. Not ideal. So that's what we're dealing with. So that's still got the shoe on. This one has not. It does, like, it's so hard. So I'm hoping that that's all fine. That'll be the farrier ringing. Okay, the farrier's just got here, so I'm going to go and deal with that, get everything, give them all the backstory, and I'll catch up with you after. So it's been quite a chaotic week. Billy pulled his special shoe off a week ago. The farrier, my barefoot trimmer, and the vet that have all been involved in the case from day one, all 3 of them are unavailable for various different reasons. As a result, he's not had a shoe on that foot, the bad foot, for a week now, and the vet practice recommended a new farrier to me, who we've got shoeing Billy today. And after a really lengthy discussion and showing him all the photos and videos of Billy's hoof, we decided that the best thing to do was to remove the bar shoe, just put a normal set of fronts on him, and that should be all he needs. The new farrier was so complimentary. He said he couldn't believe that it was such a horrific injury, well, operation, surgery, injury, less than 2 months ago, and his hoof is already looking so much better. So it's looking really good. So those are Billy's feet. Now we've got the shoes on. I'll just get that out. It's raining. I'm gonna stand under here. So the farrier's just gone, and he was such a nice guy, which that's not what we need in a farrier, but it's a bonus when they're nice as well. And he was so helpful, and I just felt like he really knew what he was talking about, and he really listened to the whole like backstory. I showed him all the videos that I've done on it, just so he could see as much of the picture as possible. And he was just like, I don't think you've got anything to worry about. I think you're over the worst of it 100%. Just keep some shoes on him until it's grown out, and then he can go barefoot again. There's no problem. And that's coming from a farrier. He was saying, if a horse doesn't need shoes, why would you put shoes on it? I think he'll be absolutely fine to go barefoot again. It's just going to be a little bit of time, like maybe by Christmas, if not before. So that was really reassuring and positive to hear. And also just having a professional's point of view as to how careful do I need to be with this hoof now. Because the thing that's been worrying me is, obviously I like my horses turned out, but as soon as there's been like the slightest bit of rain or the ground's been a bit damp, then I wanted to get Billy in because that bit there where we actually had the resection, I didn't know how thick it was. And I'm no expert, and I wasn't sure if that got damp, would it just become like a sponge and it would absorb everything, and then we're possibly risking getting an infection in there and, you know, starting the whole palaver from the beginning. And he was really helpful with that. He was like, no, that's all calloused over. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I'd just keep it nice and supple. And the main thing you want to be looking out for is if it starts to get any little splits or fractures off it, then we need to look at it again. But at the moment, touch wood, it's going really well. So we'll put Billy back out in the field with McAlester. I need to do a little bit of poo picking because I've not done that yet this morning. Lazy. And then I think it's time to go in the house and have a cup of tea. And at some point I'd like my face to stop being so puffy. I don't know what's caused it, but I have got a really puffy face today, so don't judge me. I look like a little hamster. What is it with me and my face puffing up? I don't know. Something must set it off. I thought it was too much salt in my diet, but I didn't have much salt at all yesterday, so who knows what has caused it. But I've got a very round face and very tiny eyes. Off you go. Not in there. The weather is literally going crazy. It's going crazy. It's not. It's not. What she means by that is that it's a bit windy and very cloudy, and it's either really grey, windy and miserable, threatening to rain, or the sun is so bright and hot, blinding me in my eyeballs. So that's a big drama. I've poo-picked the field, and as I was doing it, I had a very, very intellectual thought. I thought that I might move the ponies onto a new paddock that's got much, much more grass on it, because the one they're on is pretty much bald. I mean, there's enough on there to keep them going, but I just need the grass eating down in the other one, and there's far too much grass on it. It really needs managing, because, I mean, Billy having too much grass and getting fat would be the worst thing for his feet. Like, the worst thing. Overweight horses is not the one. Too much sugar in their diet is definitely not the one. So I think I'm just going to put them on it for a few hours now. And I might get them back in tonight and put them on this one again, or maybe tomorrow, depending on how plump they're looking. What do you think, Billy? That sound like a plan? Oh. No. What's going on, boys? So we have one horse, but tell me why. Tell me why he's now deciding to just be the devil. Billy? Good boy. Don't move. Good boy. Good boy. Very good. Well done. Hey. Good boy. Living the dream. Come on, little Dill. I think now is a good time to end the video because there's nothing exciting going to be happening for the rest of the day. The ponies are kind of done. I might put them back on their other paddock tonight, just depending on how much grass they're eating and how bloated they look. It's just not ideal. Like, I've never really been faced with this problem where I've got too much grass, because I've always had like 3 if not 4 horses on my paddocks, and I've only got the 2 of them, and the grass just seems to have grown really well this year. I'm like, I don't know what to do with it all, and especially it's just bad timing with like Billy's foot and everything. I'm really having to like consider everything and like manage everything to the 9th degree. So I think it won't hurt him to have a load of grass for a few hours today. I'll put them back on the other paddock tonight, maybe first thing in the morning if I feel like it's okay. McAlester can have a day off today because he's been ridden quite a lot this week. We've got an exciting time next week. So Thursday of next week, which is the 11th of August, it's Otis's birthday. He'll be 1. And yeah, I think I can't talk too loudly because he is in the room, but I think we'll just have a nice little birthday for him. And I might do it as a joint birthday with him and baby Dill, because I don't actually know when baby Dill's birthday is, because I don't know if you've noticed, but he's not a pedigree like Otis, so there's not all this paperwork that exists for him. He's just like a feral little gremlin. So there'll be a little joint birthday celebration for them next week. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which may or may not be my dog's birthday. And who knows, maybe by my next video my face won't be so horrendously puffy. Like, just watching some of the footage back already, my double chin has been slapping. It's not meant to be like this. Has anyone got any ideas? What stops it? What will help me? Because I just don't, it's a very, you know, looks shouldn't be the most important thing, but it's uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? Like, my eyes feel really swollen, and I'm just not in a good way. Someone please help me.